For centuries, knowledge has been hidden in plain sight across the sands of time. Whispers of lost civilizations, cryptic symbols, and forbidden histories have been erased or concealed. What if the truth was never lost, but hidden? Welcome to Eye of Ancient Mysteries, where the past speaks and the future listens. Sit back, open your mind, and prepare to uncover the untold secrets of our world. Let the journey begin now. Does the Pentagon really possess an alien spacecraft? The United States possesses a captured UFO of non-human origin, said former intelligence officer David Charles Grusch. Classified information has been illegally withheld from Congress, the U.S. Inspector General, and lawmakers. Former U.S. intelligence official David Charles Grusch has revealed top-secret operations in which several extraterrestrial spacecraft were discovered. He claims that classified information has been illegally concealed from Congress, the U.S. Inspector General, and lawmakers who have recently been holding discussions regarding UFO activity. Speaking to the Debrief, Grusch stated that the government, its allies, and defense contractors have successfully recovered partial fragments as well as fully intact alien craft over the course of decades. According to Grusch, the disclosure is based on the morphology of the vehicles and material science testing, as well as the possession of unique atomic arrangements and radiological signatures. Grusch, a highly decorated combat officer with experience in Afghanistan, boasts an impressive resume as a veteran of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, NGA, and the National Reconnaissance Office, NRO. His expertise positioned him as the intelligence community's representative on the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena UAP task force from 2019 to 2021. He later assumed the role of NGA lead for UAP analysis and served as the agency's representative to the task force from late 2021 until July 2022. The task force was created to delve deeper into the mysteries surrounding extraterrestrials and unidentified flying objects, UFOs, now officially known as Unidentified Anomalous Phenomena, UAPs. Published reports reinforce Grusch's claims. In 2020, a defense contractor informed officials at the U.S. Department of Defense about a number of discoveries, including extraterrestrial objects, recovered from vehicles not manufactured on Earth, BGNES reports. According to Grusch, federal authorities have been aware of these extraterrestrial phenomena for decades, but have deliberately misled the public by engaging in a complex disinformation campaign, which he describes as profoundly unethical and immoral. 2 years ago, the U.S. and Canadian armies shot down a UFO. Another unidentified flying object was shot down over North American airspace, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau confirmed. He said the latest object had violated Canadian airspace and was shot down over Yukon in northwestern Canada. Both Canadian and U.S. aircraft were dispatched to track the object, which Mr. Trudeau said was taken down by a US F-22 fighter jet. This was the third object shot down over North America in the past week. The U.S. military destroyed a Chinese balloon last weekend, and on Friday an unspecified object the size of a small car was shot down near Alaska. Mr. Trudeau confirmed on Saturday that he had given the order and had spoken with U.S. President Joe Biden. Canadian forces will now recover and analyze the wreckage of the object, he wrote on Twitter. The latest unspecified object was flying over central Yukon at approximately 40 Zhao feet, 12,000 meters, and was intercepted around 3:41 p.m. local time on Saturday. Defense Minister Anita Anand told reporters. She described it as small and cylindrical, but recovery efforts are still underway to uncover more details. The object was shot down with an AIM-9X missile. Ms. Anand said it was brought down about 100 miles from the U.S. border, adding that it posed a reasonable threat to civilian aviation. She said it appeared to be smaller than the one shot down off the coast of South Carolina last Saturday, referring to the giant suspected Chinese spy balloon that was 200 feet, 60 meters tall. Posting earlier on Twitter, Prime Minister Trudeau thanked the North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, which is responsible for the air defense of the United States and Canada, and led the mission. The White House said the object had been tracked and monitored over the last 24 hours. Out of an abundance of caution, and at the recommendation of their militaries, President Biden and Prime Minister Trudeau authorized it to be shot down. The statement said, the leaders discussed the importance of recovering the object in order to determine more details about its purpose or origin. Providing more details on the mission, the U.S. Department of Defense confirmed that 2 F-22 fighter jets took off from a military base in Anchorage, Alaska, and the object was shot down with an AIM-9X missile. Pentagon Press Secretary Brigadier General Pat Ryder added that the FBI would work closely with Canadian law enforcement. Separately on Saturday, the U.S. military also scrambled fighter jets over Montana after part of the airspace was closed, but it turned out to be a radar anomaly, and nothing unusual was found. The latest appearance of an object over North America comes just a week after the suspected Chinese spy balloon was also destroyed by the United States. On Friday, another unspecified object was tracked and shot down over Alaska by order of U.S. President Biden. In a brief statement, the military said U.S. forces, including the Alaska National Guard, were still conducting search and recovery operations on sea ice for Friday's object. It said there were no further details regarding the object's capabilities, purpose, or origin, but confirmed that the FBI was assisting with recovery near the town of Deadhorse, Alaska. Arctic weather conditions, including cold winds, snow, and limited daylight, are factors in this operation, and personnel will adjust recovery operations to maintain safety. The statement added, noting that recovery efforts would continue when weather permits. Last weekend, defense officials told U.S. media that debris from the Chinese balloon landed in water at a depth of 47 feet, 14 meters, shallower than expected, near Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. China denied that the balloon, first entering U.S. airspace on January 28, was used for espionage, stating that it was a meteorological device that had gone off course. The United States, however, said the balloon was part of a fleet of surveillance balloons that have flown over 5 continents.